Greetings, my minions, and welcome to Evil Genius 2, World Domination. I'm Cobalt Thorium, and today is the first day this game is out, although this is not the first time that I've been playing this. I put in a whole bunch of time, like 4 hours, only to realize that OBS didn't set the screen resolution right, and a whole bunch of it was cut off, and it was completely useless. So I got to replay. That's okay. It was kind of fun. I don't mind doing it again. Alright, so options. I mean, this looks so great. I have to say that I am pretty impressed with the aesthetic of this game. There are a lot of like accessibility settings and stuff like that that are pretty nice, with like these auto pausings and stuff like that. But through in the first run through the game, I kind of want to make it so that it's as close to the stock game as possible, the way that the game is meant to be played. So I'm gonna go to new game. I'm gonna go to create new. There's a sandbox. Well, let's just go over all this so that I'm being thorough. So we have quick start, jump right into a game as Maximilian on medium difficulty. Then we have create new. Create a new game by choosing a genius island and difficulty setting. Then we have sandbox. Dominate the world at your own pace and build the lair of your dreams. But achievements are disabled in this mode. We're going to just do create new. We got Maximilian, Mega Rich Megalomaniac. The iconic evil genius character. Obviously, he is based on Ernst Stavro Blofeld, who is the main villain in the James Bond franchise. The leader of Spectre. And he's also the inspiration for Dr. Evil, of course. So, you know, the bald head, you get the scar. I think he had a monocle. I'm not 100% sure. But he often had, like, the really simple, like, monocolor suits. Although I think his was usually gray. He also had a fluffy white cat. And it's kind of interesting that Maximilian doesn't have a cat. Anyway, let's do this. So he's got some powers. He's got work harder. Order minions to prioritize jobs in Maximilian's vicinity. Train faster. Instantly complete any minion training near Maximilian. And then we have large workforce. Max knows when to rely on overwhelming numbers and when to get a specialist in to do the job. Max can earn gold more reliably than anyone else and starts with additional minions. Pretty good skills. Let's look at his biography. Full name, Maximilian von Klein. Occupation, megalomaniac. That's not really an occupation. Specialization, generalist. Threat level high. Maximilian von Klein owns lots of things. He even owns you. You might not realize it yet, but he does. He fancies himself a maverick inventor, although most of his creations go awry, usually resulting in the death of the person behind the trigger rather than in front of it. It makes no difference to him. Weapons are weapons. Profit is profit, and other people are disposable. Why else would there be a need for weapons? Now Maximilian is setting his sights higher than a multi-billion-dollar corporation. He'll do whatever it takes. Run for president. Hold a gun to the world's head. On the name of profit. Everything he touches turns to gold. Okay, so then we have Red Ivan. I'm going through this a little bit faster than than last time because, you know, I've already done this once. So, Red Ivan. Heavy muscle madman. Do it now, Order minions to prioritize jobs in Red Ivan's vicinity. Additionally, any nearby minions receive a combat boost. So that's the same as Maximilian's work harder, except that he also gives a combat boost. It's got a really cool demeanor. I like him. His mannerisms are a little bit like Minions from Minions, though. Like the way his mouth moves and stuff. It's a little interesting. Okay, so his other ability is Old School. Ivan equips a rocket launcher and fires a devastatingly powerful explosive shot. Warning, chaos may ensue. Might makes right. Born in battle. Ivan is capable of marshalling a large number of muscle minions without paying quite so much. Even his workers pack a better punch. Okay, so he's got definite combat bonuses. His full name is Red Ivan. Occupation, former henchman. Was he in the first game? He might have been, actually. Specialization, muscle. Threat level high. Life in Hammer's military was far too peaceful for Red Ivan's taste. After earning his nickname on the battlefield, he established himself as a fearsome gun for hire. When the last evil genius arose, he immediately joined up and made himself an invaluable henchman. As a reward for his service, he was gifted with a country of his very own to rule with a literal iron fist. Excuse me. And you can see here he's actually got a mechanical hand. I didn't notice that the first time through. The citizens of Ivania never questioned their leader. And since his last employer disappeared, there he has stayed until now. There being in Ivania. Okay. Now we have Zelda, who may be an alien. I don't know. She's interesting because she talks in this thing, and so it's not a... It's kind of funny because it sounds like she's talking through maybe a speaker. Maybe this thing right here is a speaker. I mean, she's got the headset and stuff. But I get the feeling that maybe she's an alien and she can't breathe the atmosphere, maybe. But and a lot of the stuff in her bio kind of indicates that. Oh, I didn't notice this before. So they all have their own little logo. Zelda, scientific mastermind. My plans take priority. Order minions to prioritize jobs in Zelda's vicinity. Science minions receive a bigger boost. Okay, so just like Red Ivan, except her minions her science minions rather than her combat minions get the boost. She also has repair. Immediately repair all items and extinguish all fires in her aura. Uses smarts and nanobots. Interesting that nanobots is quoted here. That kind of implies that maybe they aren't nanobots. Maybe there's something else. True genius. Zelda knows everything. Her science minions are more capable than most, covering the mysteries of the universe much quicker. So when it says Zelda knows everything, obviously people don't know everything. That's the first indication that I think that maybe she's, I don't know, maybe an alien or a robot or something like that. Anyway. Biography. Full name, Zelda. Occupation, unknown. That's interesting again, because you'd think it would be scientist. Specialization, science. Threat level, high. The ends justify the means, and Zelda never dreams small. She created the first artificial intelligence, the integrated robotic intelligence system at the age of 6, and beat it at chess a year later. So I think that thing that flies around her might be Iris. I mean, it's kind of eyeballish, so Zelda sees society the way it truly is, patterns of individuals who think they're acting on their own free will. Most humans are dreary creatures who don't know what's good for them, and a waste of time with petty squabbles. So most humans are dreary creatures. That's a weird way to phrase that. So that's another indication that maybe she's not a human? Although, it did say here that she created something at the age of 6. Which does sort of imply that, you know, she's not... She didn't, like, come out of a factory assembly line or something, like, fully formed. Like, she must have been a child at some point, right? Anyway. People want algorithms to tell them how to live. They need a single intelligence to bring about a golden age of prosperity. Humanity runs on code, needs a coder, and Zelda is just the supreme intelligence for the job. And arguably my favorite one is Emma. Like, I love the way that she acts. See, she's like talking on the phone. She's got these really evil eyes. Or it looks like she hasn't slept in a decade. But that's what I like. She has no patience for her underlings. She's just like, I'm surrounded by incompetence, you know? And I just really think that this is a great character. That's not the type of archetype that you see all that often. It's usually like megalomaniac or sort of like a cold scientist or, you know, the brutish Red Ivan. But she's a lot more subtle, which makes her really interesting to me. Alright, Emma, ex-spymaster turned poison pro. Abilities, pay attention. Order minions to prioritize jobs in Emma's vicinity. Also increases the spotting power of any nearby minions. She's a plotter. Emma bolsters her henchmen, resetting their cooldowns and giving them an edge. So, she would be much harder for me to play because it seems like she's more catered to like a MOBA type of player. And I'm doing this more for like the base building and the management and stuff. When I play Evil Genius 1, which I have been playing a lot recently, just in anticipation of Evil Genius 2, I don't really use the abilities all that much. I try and build a base that's sort of self-sufficient and doesn't really need henchmen. And just henchmen are a boon to a system that otherwise would work even if I have the henchmen deployed to missions overseas and stuff like that. Anyway, Spymaster, Emma's history as head of Hammer has left her with an intimate knowledge of her foes. Her deception minions are more efficient, and she can reduce heat more efficiently across the world. So this is interesting in that Emma is part of Hammer, and so is Red Ivan. Life and Hammer. They're both former Hammer, I should say. Alright, full name. Emma, occupation, ex-spymaster. Specialization, deception. Threat level, high. They're all threat level high. It's interesting that she has this sort of Chihuahua dog, and you don't actually see it here. And yet, Maximilian is based on Blofeld, and Blofeld obviously does have the white cat, so I don't know if that's a callback to that or what. But anyway. Emma was a spymaster who saved the world countless times until the day she failed. While the Overlord ruled, she marshaled her resources and prepared for afterwards. But when order was restored, the world slid back into its status quo. Emma was horrified, then furious, then resolute. The world didn't need her to save it. It needed her to end it. Spooky. Alright. So we have a couple different islands here. So this is a nice little change from the other one. I hope that you get to stay on the island the entire time, because in the original one, halfway through the game, you kind of have to start over from scratch on a new island, which is really annoying. I'm not a huge fan of that. But anyway, so Crown Gold. Crown Gold is your classic tropical paradise casino. Lush flora covered. Let me try this again. I'm going to go for more of a salesman voice. Crown Gold is your classic tropical paradise casino. The lush flora covering the imposing mountaintops makes it an ideal backdrop for any holiday snap, whilst also providing any enterprising builder with plenty of room for expansion. The Golden Beaches, for which the island is reportedly named, also provide an irresistible lure for any tourist who may visit. The name might have proven to be somewhat prophetic, as a recent geological survey also revealed the possibility of extensive underground gold seams, accessible to anyone with the ability to mount an excavation. Alright. So, this is what we're looking at. Actually, let's take a peek at this first before we go. Okay, so I really like the aesthetic of this. Yeah, it's just very satisfying. I like the toony forest and the sort of aggressively bent trees and stuff like that. And the little subtle details of having like radar dishes and whatever that is scattered among the island. It's just really, really well done. So, details. Key features, location, North Atlantic Ocean. Boop. Nearest continent, Africa. Okay. Beaches distract tourists. Underground gold seams, but vulnerable to Patriot. Initial digging area. Yeah, so I think of this as the smallest for initial digging area. It might not be the smallest for initial area. I think it's the smallest for total area, though. Saber and Patriot are high. And Smash, too. Hammer and Anvil are medium, but Hammer's, like, right on the edge. And this is sort of what we're looking at. Excuse me. So the casino's in through here. We got a long corridor that leads off to, I guess, Is our base over there? Oh no, that probably goes to the helipad. So the base would be in through here. There's our second floor, third floor, top, and then our underground area with the gold seams. Alright. Take a couple other looks at it. Beaches distract tourists. Underground gold seams. Vulnerable to Patriot. Okay. Let's look at base 2. Overview. Montanus Gemellis. Montanus Gemellis is famous for 3 things: the western pillar, the eastern pillar, and the naturally formed bridge that connect the two. Experts say the entire structure could be hollowed out, in theory, if you were stubborn enough. And you'd need to be stubborn to take on this challenge. The casino commands impressive views, which will distract any visitors for a short time from noticing that space is extremely limited. Anyone who has something to hide will find this island will repay them in the long run, as the potential for expansion into lower floors makes for more defensible positions. Man, that's a mouthful. Actually, let's look at this. Nice waterfall, liking that. I like the gondola too, or gondola, however you pronounce that. There's your waterfall. Your 2 islands. Gondola. There's another island in the distance. That's interesting. I didn't notice that before. Very satisfying. I love the aesthetic of this. It's also got this very futuristic but sort of 70s feel to everything with like the, oh my god, look at that torch. But like the really circular structures and all that stuff. It's just really well designed. Here you have like the really, really white, what is that, limestone? Is it limestone? This is more like a sandstone, right? I don't know, rocks. And this one's more like a granite. Or maybe a basalt. Alright, key features. Location, South Atlantic Ocean. Nearest continent, Africa. Again, interesting. Yeah. Distracting views from the cover operation. Distracting, okay. Defensible choke point, vulnerable to smash. So this one's vulnerable to Patriot. This one's vulnerable to smash. So this one has more initial digging area, but a smaller total area. Saber is high. Everything else is... Saber and smash are high. Everything else is medium. So Patriot is way down there. Let's go through the views here. So here's your two islands. And there's your land bridge. And that's also where the casino is. Where's the gondola come up? Oh, it's over here. Gondola, whatever. Where does it actually come in? There must be like a station here or something that we can't really see. Alright, whatever. And then here's the basement. So there are some gold teams, but it is less than the ones here. Alright. Let's go to the gallery. Beaches distract tourists. We got some gold teams. No, wrong one. Distracting views from cover operations. There's our two islands. The quarter in between them. Nice little touches here with like the radar dish down there. And there's the gondola and the boat. So the visitors must come in through the boat and come up the gondola. And it says, yeah, distracting views for cover operation. Defensible choke point, that's that right there, it must be. But vulnerable to smash. So, in case anyone was wondering, smash is a play on Smersh, which is... I want to say it was a Soviet thing, and it stands for... I think it stands for Death to Spies? I might be wrong about that. But yeah, I think it might have been a real thing, but I think it's mentioned in the James Bourne, or James, is it James Bourne? The ones with Matt Damon, but the books. Jason Bourne, that's what it is. Anyway. Cane Key. Perfect for the unassuming recluse, Cane Key Casino features a secluded helipad, surrounded by a low but intimidating mountain range. Owing to the island's natural defenses, any visitors must pay a visit to the casino before they can get a good look at anything else on the island. Be aware, though, if your guests are the rowdy sort who dress in uniforms and carry carry fully automatic weaponry, your casino may end up looking like a war zone, affectionately known by the locals as the Donut. And it is known as the Donut because the central helipad. Alright. Location, Indian Ocean, nearest continent, Australia. Central helipad. All visitors enter through the cover operation, being the casino. Casino hotel, I should say. Vulnerable to anvil. Digging error. Excuse me, hold on. Man, I had to blow my nose. I gotta blow it again. Hold on. My allergies are kicking up today. I don't know what the deal is. They are high, just like saber threat here. Alright. Sorry about the sniffles. I wasn't doing this earlier. Alright, grab a little drink. Okay. Alright. Initial digging area, 72,000 square feet. The total is 254, which I think is the most. Okay, it's not the most total. It is the most initial though, and the second most total. Saber threat is high, Patriot is low. Interesting. Hammer is medium, Anvil is high, Smash is medium. Anyway, I think this is the one that we're going to do. This is the one that I started on in my first recording. So yeah, here's our casino floor. One floor up, 2 floors up. I love this aesthetic, I really do. And here's the basement. We got a couple gold seams, but I think this is the least gold seams of all of them. Central helipad. This, I think, is a typo, because I think that central helipad should be the caption for this. All visitors enter through the cover operation, I believe, should probably be the caption for this, or maybe this. No, you know, I mean, that sort of does show the dock. And then vulnerable to anvil. So I think that's everything for the islands. And we are going to do this one here. Cane Key. Actually, let's do the little slideshow here. And it's got all the granite or basalt. Probably is basalt, actually. Got like radar dishes scattered throughout. Just great aesthetic. They did a great job at these islands, man. Alright, let's go. So when I bought this, I bought the most deluxe version of it because I really like the Evil Genius series, and you know, I kind of want to support them, but also nice to get DLCs and stuff without having to go back and buy it. A season pass, if you will. Oh, did I select the wrong person? I want to go with Maximilian because I want it to be as stock a game as possible. Let me make sure I got the right island. I did. Alright, so select difficulty. Easy, like taking candy from a baby. Ideal for players who want a light challenge or are new to the genre. Key points: Force of Justice motto, forgive and forget. Agents are weak-willed, pathetic fools. Banks guard their gold like a baby guards its candy. Medium would be... Oh, actually, let's look at this picture. So, it's literally stealing candy from a baby. Here we have a blasted off vault door and a squiggly hand that's trying to make its way in there. Standard difficulty, challenge, but nothing a genius like you can't handle. Ideal for players familiar with the genre. Force of Justice motto, good isn't good enough. That's why we're the best. Agents are more than a match for your average minion. Gold is plentiful, but only if you're willing to work for it. Hard. So the arm is now going through like a series of laser detector thingies, laser sensors, to get a diamond. A challenge for the most diabolic genius. Ideal for players looking for some extra challenge. Force of Justice motto, we do what we must. Agents have neither the time nor inclination to die easily. Gold is the rarest and most valuable resource on the planet. Wait a moment. Okay. And then we have the choose your own rules one. Evil makes its own rules. Here you can tailor your world domination experience to your exacting standards. After all, you're the genius. Okay, so we can do minions, minion salaries, the quality of your minions, and their stats. Oh, okay. Schemes, the cost and duration of schemes. Force of Justice, the frequency of attacks on the lair, and how large and strong the waves will be. So this is one thing that I kind of am a little bit wary of, because, like, especially towards the end of the game in Evil Genius 1, the waves become just, like, constant, and it's very annoying, and I kind of wish that they would scrap that and just have less frequent, harder waves of enemies, so that it's not just, like, constant, because that's just really annoying and kind of stupid. So anyway, training, duration of training, research, time and cost of research, criminal networks lockdown time and upgrade cost, power, how much power is generated by the items in the lair. Okay, so as I said before, I want to do a stock experience, so I'm going to go with medium. I was thinking about doing easy because I kind of want to run through the game multiple times, you know, once as each evil genius, try each of the islands, and then I can try each of the difficulties, but I think easy would be too boring, so we're going to go with medium. And actually, this might be too hard, but alright. We got Maximilian there, being all short. Yeah, and the reason why I'm going for this island first is because, well, the first island said that it has more plentiful, like, gold seams and stuff like that. And if this guy is the guy, if this guy is the money guy,
use the camera controls to move the camera around your lair. Now use the rotate controls to rotate the camera.
So I definitely do not like this rotation
system. You can use the zoom
system.
controls to zoom in and out. Use the tilt controls to tilt your...
Hold on. Who do you think you are, giving me instructions like that?
I'm here to help by telling you exactly what
Look at
to
those
do
eyes.
next in a friendly and helpful manner.
But you are here to do everything I say.
Correct. Step 1. Tell us what you want, and the minions will do it. We're eager to please. And also eager to live. Please stop looking at me like that.
New main objective available.
Your lair will be much more impressive once it has more rooms. Open the build menu.
Okay, I will do that shortly. But for now, I'm going to wrap up this episode here because we did all that intro stuff, and there was a lot of stuff to cover in there. And if I go through all the tutorial as well, it's gonna, this episode is gonna be like hours long. So I'm gonna wrap up this episode here. Thank you very much for joining me. Did I say in joining me? Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have, please leave me a like or maybe a comment, or maybe subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.